everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Pressing Buttons. And boy, do we got some buttons to press today.
You know,
PS5. I was gonna say that PS5 reveal. Let's push some buttons on that, Chris.
I never put much stock into console wars because I gotta be real. When you really look back at it and stuff, a lot of it just comes down to one, personal preference, and two, what you want out of a console, right? Especially nowadays and stuff. I think we've talked at length about like the fact that now it's like, well, if you have a PC, is there really a need to get an Xbox or something like that? And just what's the next step of the next generation consoles kind of thing. And as expected, it really comes down to this, the games. Like, I get that a lot of companies are trying to push the entertainment angle of their consoles, and that's fine, but at the end of the day, I'm for the games.
Well, that was their idea with current gen, and I think even somewhat last gen.
PS3 started it a little bit. The PS3, Xbox 360 era kind of started the entertainment angle of like having a like.
But there was only like 3 specific apps that you can get on like during the PS3 and 360 era. Like you can get, it was Netflix.
Amazon
there was
Prime.
Wait, Amazon Prime came to PS3 and 360?
Mm-hmm. I still can watch Amazon Prime on my PS3 as this moment. I have my PS3 hooked up to the TV, and that's why I play some of the games on it too, but like I have Amazon Prime on that, so it's like, oh, I can just turn on Amazon Prime on the app on there. So, yeah.
Okay, I really must have missed that one. I mean, I know Netflix was on it, and
Stars.
Excuse me, they had
Stars. I think the Stars app and other stuff was on there too. So yeah.
And of course, the original GOAT, YouTube.
Yeah, and also, I think the 360. I don't know if the PlayStation can do it, but I knew the 360 you can hook up your cable box to your 360 and watch cable through your 360.
You had to have.
But you had to actually have cable and hook it up in a way.
I know it required a more specific kind of setup. Whereas when Xbox One came in, they just said, oh, here's an HDMI port. Hook up the HDMI cable from your cable box to the port on the Xbox. Boom, you're done.
Yeah. So they made it much easier once it got to the Xbox One and stuff. But when it came to this new generation, the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X had their presentation. I don't think we went over it per se, but the long and short of it is, there wasn't much in the way of games except for Yakuza Like a Dragon, and that's only because it's already currently out in Japan on PlayStation 4.
Which really made all of Microsoft's announcements one gigantic, delicious... Like, no, not even that. It was just one gigantic, delicious nothing burger, because their quote-unquote trailers of them saying, oh, this is gameplay footage, it was 99% cutscenes.
Yeah, like I said, the 1% was basically Like a Dragon, and that's only because, again, there's already gameplay for the game, so...
Which doesn't count because that is a current-gen game
I know. I'm trying to give them something here, sir. I'm trying to give them something.
No, I'm not giving them anything. First of all, you decide after you released these, the Xbox One X 2 years ago, fine, you touted this thing as the most powerful console in the world. Here we are. It wasn't even 2020 yet, and they made the announcement for the Series X saying that this is going to be the new most powerful console, and not to mention the number one selling thing that you tried to push on everybody was, oh, we're a game console that's now using SSDs. Hey, guess what, Microsoft? Sony's been doing this since the PS3.
Yeah, I mean, so when you
and hold on, and I got some more. So, with all the stuff that they showed off with the Xbox, with the Series X trailers, and again, it's just trailers, and a lot of those trailers were so cryptic, and real talk, a lot of them were real Oscar bait style trailers for games. Like, dude, can we just have some games that we can just have fun with? Does everything have to be like super serious now?
Yeah, it was really just games that's like, okay, that's interesting. What else do you got, kind of thing? And it was kind of more the same. And again, it's not this shit on it, but it was just like, I think at the time, which was like literally a month ago, when it happened, it was just kind of like, that was it, kind of thing.
Dude, this whole year has been real. I mean, well, this whole year so far has been really goofy as far as these next gen consoles been concerned. First of all, Microsoft gave us I don't even know what do you call that for a presentation. Then Sony gives us a TED Talk,
which was for
and
the was it the G was it the
it was the not G, it was the Gamescom.
yeah, it was for the, it was
Gamescom.
basically a presentation that was it was really technically it really wasn't meant for the general audience per se. It was more so for like investors. Hence why it was so dull and boring, and like you said, it was a TED talk. It was like, this is dull as fuck. I don't care about this.
Yeah, but they were so pressed to give the public like some information to shed some light on their upcoming console that they had to give us something. So we
Yeah.
got a TED Talk, and everybody's looking at Sony like, Sony, I don't know what's up with y'all, man. Microsoft about to take this W for real. I'm like, seriously? So you're gonna take? I mean, are y'all is the bar really that low where you're gonna take a conference that showed nothing but pre-rendered cutscenes from these games? Number one, a lot of these games we already knew were in exist. I mean, they were already announced either a year ago, or we already knew about its existence to begin with.
Mhm.
And some of the trailers that they showed, again, they were so cryptic and mysterious that we couldn't even get anything out of it. And yet, you're going to claim Microsoft won? Okay.
And that's what it is. It's like when it comes down to it, it's been like that for a while. Like the difference is between, before we go knee deep into Sony stuff and kind of showing the difference between the two and stuff, with Sony, like when the PlayStation came out, right? Its competition was pretty much like was Nintendo 64 basically.
Oh,
And
the original.
Saturn,
Oh,
Sega
yeah,
Saturn.
yeah, but the original PlayStation's competition was the Saturn. It was more so the Saturn than Nintendo.
Yeah, but I mean the 64 was the system that was just kind of like beating it out in terms of the visual aspect.
Not really.
It felt that way to a degree. I mean, for some of those games. I mean,
Dude, 64, what made the 64 last as long as it did was purely its launch titles. Nothing more.
yeah, I mean, but like wrestling
The
games,
launch
though,
time?
nobody was really
No,
going on PlayStation for wrestling games, though, to be honest.
I mean, look, wrestling games, launch titles, and GoldenEye. That's it.
Now, you go to PlayStation, you really played the PlayStation for some of their first party stuff, and also their RPGs, because PlayStation pretty much had the monopoly on JRPGs.
Oh yeah, by making all their games, disc-based, of course, you can stack a whole bunch of content hours and hours worth for RPGs on that, which made Square say, hey, we're going to go to Sony, Nintendo. I don't know what y'all are thinking, still trying to use cartridges like it's the early 90s. What's up with that? So yeah, that's part of the reason why a lot of game companies just kind of hopped off and didn't really put too much stock into doing anything with the 64.
Yeah, and then when you got to the PlayStation 2, it really heightened the aspect of the fighting games were great. Granted they weren't on the level of Dreamcast, which Dreamcast was arcade perfect, so you weren't really fucking with that. But again, came down to the games. You played your PlayStation 2 for your JRPGs and your Tekkens and Metal Gears and stuff like that, and you played your Xbox for Halo and first-person shooters.
And you also played your PS2, and what made the PS2 the highest selling console, like not even the highest selling, but the longest selling console for years, pretty much a decade and a half, was the fact that it was the first affordable DVD player that you can get your hands on.
Yep. I mean, and the PS3, $600 as it was, the game changer for me? Hey, guess what? I can actually play import games and I don't have to mod it.
That was one. The other thing, what was the other? Oh yeah, the other thing, you can install other operating systems. I think it was like WebOS and the Linux. You can could turn the PS3 into a Linux-based system. Remember folding with PlayStation?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you had all those aspects and stuff. And again, the RPGs, despite Xbox at the time having Xbox 360 having some RPGs, it was still like, just go to Sony for the Xbox for the JRPGs. We're good. I mean,
And then, you know, and as time has gone on, um, between both of these consoles, the one thing that I still have to poke them, I still got to poke them like I'm poking a beehive here. I'm like, look, you guys keep talking about what what these consoles can do, how powerful they are, like what kind of graphical, engines can it run, and you know, uh, like you talk about these specs like this is some $3,000 gaming PC specs when it's not even close to that. Like we still got these games that are that can barely do 720 60 from the previous generation, and then here we are, current generation. We barely get games that run at 1080p 60.
and my thing is like again, as it goes back, as we always say, it's about the games.
It is about the games. It is about the games, but it's also how these games are being developed because both Microsoft and Sony, once again, this is going to be the third time. I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is going to be the third time that y'all going to lie to us and say, oh, these games run at 4K, 120 frames. Get all the way out of here. Both of you. The door. Go.
And I mean, it's wild to me how people sit there and look. I like love whatever console you love, but it's just weird to me that mainly it's people that own the Xbox. It's like, is there really a need to get the PS4? It doesn't seem like it has many games. I'm like, well, number one, it's personal preference, but two, I would say Sony has probably more single player experience games than Microsoft. That's
not even just single player. So not even single player. Sony just has more actual exclusives, and even exclusives that they try to put out, like original IPs that they put out. Unlike Microsoft, that still holds on to the same 4 or 5 games that they've been pushing since the 360.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, even on the fighting game front, look, people love Tekken. Guess what? I've seen more people on Sony's on PS4 playing Tekken than Xbox. Now maybe that's just because Tekken. Maybe that's just because Tekken was always a Sony game, so everybody is just loyal to that Sony brand for Tekken. That's probably what it is.
Well, you know what's funny? Tekken 7 ended up being a free game on Game Pass.
There you go. And notice it's not a free pass on a Sony machine, so there you go. I mean, it's there. But like when you look at the PlayStation 5 presentation, I wasn't expecting Sony to really bring it the way they did because they hit us with some exclusives off rip. So you have, starting off, we had Ratchet and Clank.
Actually, no. I thought the first thing they hit us with that they started off with was Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man. My bad.
Because hold on, because and let me ask you this, because Sony's been quite vocal about about what's going on in our current climate with Black Lives Matter and police brutality. Do you think that was the first? You think with them dropping the Spider-Man trailer with Miles Morales? You think that was their response?
No, I think that
to
was just,
what's going on.
Think it was just,
I mean, we know, for anyone who's played the Spider-Man game, you already know what the deal was by the time you beat the game, that this is what it was going to lead up to. But do you think them dropping the trailer immediately at the start of this press conference was just their way of still sticking to their message on them supporting BLM?
No, that was them putting their dick on the table to Microsoft, like, hey, motherfucker, we're coming with heaters. I'm gonna be real. I don't think they gave a shit about the Black Lives Matter thing in the moment. It was just like, yo, we're putting our dick on the table. Boom. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, what you got?
And you know what's so great? I said this when I saw the trailer. I said, yo, this man went from looking, Miles went from looking, looking like J. Cole in the previous Spider-Man game to coming in with that crispy fade, man. This is grown man. We got grown man Miles Morales.
And initially we thought, and it can't be helped because everybody's like, oh, we're getting a brand new game. And then they came out the following day today as we're recording this, basically saying initially, hey, this is just an expansion of the game. And then later on, they finally confirmed that it's basically along the lines of Uncharted Lost Legacy, which, that's actually good because that's actually a pretty decent length of game. Because, either which way is a win. And people are going to buy it any fucking way.
Wait, so stop it. like stop it, Sony. You're telling me that this is an expansion of the game, but you know full well you're gonna package and sell this thing for a cool $60.
No, it's gonna probably be 40 like Lost Legacy was.
If I swear, if this game comes out and it's a full price $60 game,
Well, it's either they're saying expansion, but then they came back and said no, it's going to be akin to Infamous Lost Light and Lost Legacy, which again, those things were like $40. So, and even if it is an expansion of the original game with a lot of added stuff and it's $60, that's still a pretty worthwhile thing, especially if it's including all the DLCs on top of that. So,
well, see, I got a problem with that because if this really is like an expansion, why not just add it to the original game?
Which I'm pretty sure if you have a PlayStation 4, you probably can just buy it on PlayStation 4. That's the other aspect that they're probably keeping. Under
But
wraps.
they didn't say anything. They didn't say anything about this being, about this being exclusive to PS5.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's Sony. Put it this way, we're assuming at this point, but if we're really using our heads, number one, they're probably going to have an option for the PlayStation 4 because I don't think they're going to abandon the system like that. But also, until they actually go on specifics and really solid confirming, other than just saying, hey, it's going to be like Uncharted Lost Legacy, only thing we can do is speculate, and that's going to either A, piss us off or stuff, or B, we're just going to be confused. So I'm taking it for what it is for right now until as it comes, but it's definitely them putting their dick on the table because it's like, oh, you want a PlayStation 5 come holiday? Boom, you can buy Spider-Man Miles Morales at the same time. Also, we're going to have a special edition PS5 Spider-Man edition that's all black.
Okay, see, I need to know about that. Was that really real? Because it was all black with the red LEDs.
That is legit.
Okay, because dude, the memes that came out when they unveiled the console, I was rolling.
Yeah, I mean, console itself is fine, but I get what people are saying. It looks like a modem, but I mean, it's
dude.
I would take the jokes versus Microsoft jokes.
No. See, I laughed real hard at these. You had the modem jokes. Dude, did you see the Trapper Keeper with a PS2 in the middle?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That one had me rolling. The Keurig coffee maker, that took me out. I'm like, dude, you guys need to stop. Y'all need to stop with these memes.
I mean, I found the memes. I get it, but
no. I mean, they're funny. That's the thing. These memes are funny. I'm getting a good laugh at it. But real talk, y'all saying all these jokes, y'all know full well, come day one, y'all picking this console up.
Yeah, they're picking it up. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's definitely a bolder design than Microsoft's Series X tower, which is like, it looks like a fucking regular ass tower I can pick up from fucking Micro Center. Like, the fuck is that?
Series X, the Series X literally is a mini tower PC.
Yeah, so I mean, but whatever and stuff. So yeah, that's that for Spider-Man, and I'm like, yeah, people are gonna go out there. They're gonna buy the fucking game, so it's whatever. I mean, the shit looks great.
I mean, we only saw probably a few seconds worth of actual gameplay footage.
If that is gameplay, that's why I'm not even counting it as gameplay. That's just an idea. So
I'm really hoping that it was gameplay. I'm like, please let it be gameplay. I mean, at least Sony knew, and learned their lesson from, you remember that infamous Killzone 2 trailer?
Yeah, I mean, I will give them credit that they never said it was gameplay versus that Killzone where it's like, this is gameplay. Are you sure about that, Sony? Are you sure?
I mean, when they showed it off at that for PS3, for Killzone 2, I laughed because it took them all these years for them to admit in an interview, they were like, look, we really didn't have anything. All we got is this video.
Bro, that third game. That second game wanted to. That third game literally lined up with what they wanted that second game to look like. That's why they had to apologize. Like, yeah, we really fucked up. I'm like, yeah,
I know, but I'm saying when they put that trailer out, they were like, yeah, we're just gonna put it out and we're just gonna pretend that this is what the game is going to look like, and then when the game actually came out, it looked nothing like that.
I mean, like I said, it wasn't ugly, but it definitely wasn't on par with what that trailer was either, so it's like, damn, you lied to us, but fuck, man, you didn't have to. I mean, and like I said, it's just but granted, again, Killzone 3 is like a step up from fucking Killzone 2 visually, so it's like, damn, you guys had the capability to do that shit in the first fucking place, so what happened? Like, but it's whatever. Gran Turismo 7. I'm actually interested in that game.
Yeah, Gran Turismo 7. It looks cool. I mean, it's really, again, Gran Turismo has always been like the very clinical racing game.
I mean, it looks like they're taking a page from Gran Turismo 4, which I put so many goddamn hours into on the PS2. Like, dear God, like, I had multiple cars. I did all the races. I did the Le Mans race in that game. Like, but like what they're doing in 7 looks like they're taking a page from that because there's an actual like home map where you can go to different places, and I mean, visually it looks good. I mean, I'm interested. You know, they actually show gameplay, actual full blown gameplay, which I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, not bad
Yeah,
at all. And,
yeah.
speaking of stuff that was on old consoles. Before they dropped the Spider-Man trailer, did you like the fact that they opened up the PS5 reveal with GTA 5 being sold again?
You know, I let it go when they had GTA 5 on the PS4. That makes sense because at that point, I believe it was already on PC and PS3, right?
I don't even think it even came out on. No, it did come out on PC. It didn't hit Steam just yet because they sold it. They sold it on PC like by itself.
Yeah.
But still, the game came out at the end of the PS3's PS3 and 360's life, right?
Yeah.
And then I think they said, what, if you bought it digitally on one platform, you can get like a free upgrade on the new platform.
It's like, okay, cool.
I remember they did something like that, and you could transfer your stuff over, which was cool. And now here we are, PS5. They're doing it again.
Could have had GTA 6 already. I mean, that would have been nice.
They
but,
know for a fact that they could have done GTA 6. I'm like, dude, GTA 5 again? Seriously? This is a game from 2013.
I have no need to buy that game on the PS5. Like,
this.
The thing of it is, me and you got it for free on the Epic Game Store. And when I finish building this PC, it's going to probably look way better than the PS5 one to a degree, as much as it possibly can, graphically at least. So,
oh, absolutely.
Like, what exactly are we doing here? Like, this doesn't make any sense, but it's Rockstar. They're going to whore out that fucking game. And like D pointed out, they make so much money off the microtransactions and shit. They're just going to keep that money train going. And I'm like, okay, I guess, man, you could have gave us GTA 6 and been done with it. But, you know, Vice City, the rumored Vice City and GTA 6 and stuff. But, I mean, granted, it's just rumors, so I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, it's still rumors flying around. There's still rumors flying around. Because, again, how are you even going to do Vice City?
I mean, you could do it, but it would just be in that Miami setting in GTA 6. I don't think it'd be Vice City per se.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's just at the end of the day, they're going to do whatever they want. We could have got, like I said, Vice City or whatever next GTA could have happened. I mean, fuck, they could have did a revisement of fucking Red Dead 2 at least. Fuck, you know, but whatever. They're going to do. They're going to do what they're going to do, and it's dumb. I don't know why they did that. I have no idea. It makes zero sense.
And I think, what, you get it for free if you have PlayStation Plus?
Maybe.
No, they did say that. Like, if you got PlayStation Plus, you get it for free on PS5. I'm like, so not only are you going to push a game, so not only are y'all pushing a game that came out back in 2013, but you're trying to get people who more than likely already have PlayStation Plus to get PlayStation Plus to get that game for free. Technically, you're not getting it for free if you have to get PlayStation Plus to get it.
Let's move past this.
So moving on, your game, Ratchet and Clank, came out. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. They showed gameplay, legit gameplay. It looks basically standard stat quo with Ratchet and Clank. They have a new gimmick where, you know, there's like time rifts and portals and stuff, so that looks to be the new gimmick of the game. But everything else, the gameplay with the guns and weapons seems standard quo, which, I mean, let's be real. That's Insomniac's bread and butter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why fuck up a good thing? You might as well just add a new gimmick and keep everything the same, which is perfectly fine. I mean, why mess up a good thing?
I'm with you on that one. From what I saw of it, it actually looked pretty cool. I thought it was like when I looked, I was like, man. So like if they giving us Ratchet and Clank, and it looks this good. Can we hold out hope for Jack and Daxter, Klonoa, something,
I mean,
or another Sly Cooper?
it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, actually, there is another Sly Cooper coming out, if I remember correctly. I believe I gotta look that up. But Demon Souls got a remake. It's getting a top to bottom remake.
Which a lot of people we kind of called that. We kind of called that was coming.
I mean, and it's not even like a remake, and no, it's like they went ground up on the visuals,
Yeah, they did.
which is
It looks cool.
which is what you want out of a remake. You don't want just an HD visual upgrade. They went ground up with it, which I think that's probably the smartest move because you might as well bring up that game to modern standards.
You know, since we've been in this realm of nothing but remakes and remasters over the last two gaming, last two console cycles, I gotta ask the question: is this a for real, true remake or more of a reimagination?
That's going to be the tricky part, if it is.
Because as much as much as I really want to like RE3 when it came out and accept it as a remake, that game is really more of a reimagining than an actual remake, in my opinion.
Well, they said, see, and the thing with Demon Souls, they just said it was built from the ground up, which that could either mean A, they just built it from the ground up on like the visual aspects and kept everything else intact, or B, like you said, it could be maybe a reimagining to a degree with just some minor tweaks. So we don't know until we see like some gameplay and stuff. So,
I got the next game. So, how did you like Karen in space?
fucking bleh, I'm about to say Pragmata.
Yeah, Pragmata. Pragmata, aka Dead Space Karen.
It was more Ad Astra than anything else.
Or Ad Astra. I'm sorry, no.
What the fuck is that?
Not Ad Astra. Karen Astra.
Nah, what the fuck's that movie with old boy when he went to space?
The Martian.
No, the other one.
What, Interstellar?
Yeah, Interstellar. That's what it looked like and stuff with some trippy shit, which I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. It's from Capcom, so I'm kind of curious on what's the gimmick with this one and stuff. I mean, visually it looks good and stuff. I mean, hopefully it look. You know what it kind of reminded me of? Reminded me of Lost Planet a little bit.
It did.
Like from a Japanese aesthetic and stuff, not even from the American Lost Planet, which was fucking garbage.
Which I still gotta ask from Capcom. So Capcom, answer this question for me. We're never getting Deep Down, are we?
Probably not.
Like, I mean, whatever happened to that game? Did it become Dragon's Dogma and we just left it alone?
I think he just kind of got lost in the shuffle kind of thing.
Because that was the game that everybody was talking about. This was like supposed to be like a demon, like it was supposed to be Capcom's Demon Souls, and nothing. We just saw that one trailer and nothing. People still been asking for Deep Down.
They just, I mean, from last time I heard is that I think Ono was basically saying they haven't given up on it and stuff, but they kind of hit a kind of like wall, so to speak. So, and at most, I think we only know, I remember somebody mentioning that Capcom extended the trademark on it, so clearly they're trying to keep interest up on it, but they just kind of, that shit just left there. And speaking of Karen in space, did you love Deathloop?
I saw that.
It looks interesting.
Yeah, Deathloop looked interesting.
Looks like Black, which I actually like that game, so that's going to be good. I'm going to say fuck you to 2K for trying to hype up 2K21 with what, sweat physics? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Like sweat physics, something I saw in Dead or Alive 5 about 5 years ago.
It's like, ooh, like what the fuck, man? That's so stupid.
Like the NBA players can actually sweat this time. Great.
Yeah, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, which is what everybody wished Little Big Planet was from Jump, but I gotta be honest, I actually kind of like Little Big Planet setup. But I'll probably buy Sackboy. I mean, it looks like this is gonna be Sony's Super Mario World.
Oh, it needs to be. I mean, come on, Sackboy. I mean, first of all, Sackboy. First of all those characters from Little Big Planet, they're all cute. All right.
That first game sold like hotcakes.
The game sold like crazy, and they need to make him. He's definitely a part of the culture for Sony. I mean, God knows how many mascots Sony has. Sony
And
has pushed so many mascots.
it's
Sackboy is
worked.
one of them.
And let's be real. Look, that sounds like first world problems because all their first party ones actually worked out for the best. They sold very well. I mean,
I know, and I know they did. I mean, I know when you look at PlayStation All Stars, PlayStation All Stars is pretty much like that giant. It's like a giant free for all of Sony's mascots put together
yeah. So
with a couple of guest characters, but like
that was an interesting experiment, wasn't it?
it was. I mean, it was PlayStation Smash Brothers, and we know that.
If they didn't push
But
that angle of trying to overtake Smash, I think that game would have had more longevity.
we could have got a sequel.
I think the problem that most games like that do, they make the mistake of trying to be like, no, we're going to overthrow this game instead of just being its own thing. Like, Sony really was like, no, man, we're better than Smash. And I'm like, I mean, sure, you can say your gameplay is a bit deeper than Smash to a degree, but you're not Smash Brothers. Like, and that's fine. Like, nobody's is gonna trip off that. They don't care. People clearly was enjoying PlayStation All Stars, so just enjoy the game that you got. Like,
Problem.
you don't have to beat
The,
Smash. You
the
know?
problem with Sony and that idea is you're going up against Nintendo, a company that's been around since the late 1800s.
Yeah, just be your own thing, and
Do,
that's that.
do you know? Do you know how much history that is? You're trying to go up against.
Which, ironically enough, if they held on a handheld game, I'm gonna be real about this and stuff. The Nintendo Switch being what it is because of the PSP. I'm just gonna be real about that.
Well, more so the 3DS and the other long line of very successful handhelds.
But just the idea of it, like think about it, like remote play is along the lines of how you can take the Switch off and play a handheld to a degree.
Well, they got that idea from the Wii U.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, in terms of all the aesthetics and stuff, it's like, damn, that PSP was ahead of its time. Damn.
It was. The PSP was ahead. It had a lot of good ideas. It was just all in how they executed and of course the lack of support from Sony.
Yeah, so, but anyway, that's another story. Hitman 3, I mean, I gotta be real, you can't fuck up Hitman 3. I mean, everybody loved the previous game, which low-key was underrated as shit, so good on. I keep forgetting Square Enix owns that series.
Yeah, Square owns Hitman, and I'm expecting this game to be like really nice. Hopefully,
Are you hyped for are you hyped for Ghostwire Tokyo?
That one was so weird.
It's the same dude that did DMC, Shinji Mikami. I mean,
Yeah, I know it's Mikami, but you do know that this game is first person. It's a first person view game.
I mean, I played fucking Dishonored, so that didn't really bother me much. But I see what you're saying. I don't know. I mean, have you played Dishonored before?
I have played this. I played both of them actually.
So you don't. I mean, are you just not a fan of like first person of like doing that kind of stuff, or?
I mean, it's not that. I mean, at first, when I saw it, I said, "Well, this would look good as a third-person game or an action game of some kind."
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess we can roll with with first person, and hopefully, hopefully, it's not VR.
It looks trippy as shit, like on some Tron shit. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to do like a VR option for the game instead of a full-blown VR game.
Yeah, do like Zone of Enders, like the Zone of Enders remaster. Make it an option. Do not make it the full game.
Yeah. Godfall, which looks like I'm trying to think of a game. I would say it's like Neo a little bit with his third person fighting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Looks interesting. I don't know if I will buy it, but looks interesting. Kind of wish it was more, but you know.
Right. I agree with you on that one. How did you like Project Athea?
Yeah, I need to see more because this is Square Enix and it looks like it's along the lines of what the fuck is that game that's out? God damn it, what's the name of that? It's with the chick in the maid outfit with the sword.
Oh, you mean Near Automata?
I got Near Automata vibes with that game.
I did too.
So I need to see more of what they got with that one. I'm skipping Destruction All Stars because it just looks like basically that fucking other game. God damn, I keep forgetting that game. Rocket League.
Hmm.
It basically looks like
Yeah,
Rocket League.
Destruction All Stars. It's like Fortnite and Rocket League put together.
You mashed together and had a kid, basically. So no problem with that. Oddworld, Soulstorm. I'm curious.
I'm very happy to see that they brought, like, dude, this isn't the first time they brought back Oddworld either.
Did you play the HD of it?
I
That came
did.
out? How is that?
Yep. HD game was fun. It definitely puts you on a nostalgia trip of the original game.
Any changes?
But God, see if I really remembered the original game like that, I could tell you like the amount of changes that went into it. I just know the game was
visually
fun.
looks good. That's why.
Yeah, visually it was just a fun game to play.
Okay, but yeah, Oddworld Soulstorm looks to be. Hey, if you love the Oddworld series, there you go. I think this is probably smart because the last time we saw an Oddworld game was what, the 360 was Stranger's Wrath. I don't even count the HD upgrade, but just Stranger's Wrath or whatever on the 360. I think.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Stranger's Wrath was the last one, but then again the HD remaster was the last time we've even seen anything Oddworld related. Period.
Yeah. So, I might buy this game. We'll see. No release date though, so it looks like a lot of this might be 2021. It wouldn't surprise
I'm
me.
anticipating a lot of this stuff is like the following year.
Stray announced where you play a cat that has to solve a crime.
That was some tripped out stuff.
That's fucking hilarious, and I'm like, maybe I might play it. It's very trippy, but sure.
I'm sitting on the maybe on that one. Let me go ahead and get the elephant knocked. Let me go ahead and knock this elephant out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like that frame rate drop of a trailer for Village, aka Resident Evil 8?
I was about to get to that because I was really saving that. But sure, we'll talk about Village. So, Resident Evil 8, the beginning of the trailer, we thought it was a new game. And as the game kept going and they showed all the people, it was like, what's this? And then boom, we got the Resident Evil 8, and it's like Village. And I'm like, oh shit, all right, cool. This is because it was rumored, last year that we were getting Resident Evil 8, but it was no hard confirmed, right?
Yeah, they never did flat out confirm that the game was being totally in development or anything like that. We just kept hearing rumors that they were doing something with it. In fact, we've heard more rumors floating around about Code Veronica than 8.
Yeah, so which from all intents and purposes, clearly they must have been working on this game for a while anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised if they've been working on this since RE2 remake.
Yeah, so the big reveal is you're playing as Ethan again from 7. And Chris Redfield's back, looking like his Resident Evil 6 self, and he puts 2 bullets inside a character in front of Ethan.
2? You're being nice. He emptied the clip.
Okay, he emptied the clip. And it's kind of all up in the air of whether Chris is evil or is he good, what the fuck's going on. We get some werewolf-looking dude at the end of the trailer after that, and I'm like, so is this is there another virus involved, or is it just, are we going back to that old school Resident Evil 4 where it's a lot of spiritual shit? Don't know.
And it's funny you say old school Resident Evil. You mean how the original idea of RE4 was conceived as the game was going to jump into supernatural territory instead of just a virus and zombies?
It looked like that. And it might be a flip-flop, but for all intents and purposes, it does look like the original vision of RE4 with spirits and stuff a little bit, with some supernatural. Because like I said, dude turning into a werewolf-like thing, I'm like, that's some trippy-ass shit. So, could be.
Which when I saw that, I said, we got werewolf transformations. Dude, if we get something with the Hook Man from the old idea from RE4, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm curious to see what comes of this and stuff, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably get more announcements of, Code Veronica and Resident Evil 4 remake and stuff. I'm pretty sure we'll probably hear that.
which I'm still gonna stick to my guns and say it. RE4 does not need to be remade.
I mean, at most you can visually update it. That's about it.
You don't even need to do that. Look, I tell you this, and I'm telling everybody else that listens to this show. Google Resident Evil 4 Ultimate HD project.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. I mean, I can only assume that they're going to probably try the RE engine, RE4, and I'm like, all right, guys.
And I would have a problem with that. My problem is if you're gonna throw the RE engine on RE4, just keep it the way it is. Don't change anything. Don't try to throw in other words, don't try to shoehorn this game in and make it shorter, and make it shorter than it originally was. I mean, do not try to reimagine 4. Just take what it is, slap the RE engine on it, and leave it alone.
I mean, to be fair, that is a game that could be short in a couple of spots, but yeah, not the whole way. Because that game did kind of linger at certain spots. I'm like, God damn, this shit fucking went too goddamn long.
Okay, which part in particular? I'm curious.
There were parts of the castle in Chapter 4 before you hit the island that kind of dragged a little bit, which I'm like, okay, you could shorten this down at least a little bit. Just a little bit. Not all the way.
Are you referring to the Salazar statue, that portion?
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm not saying you gotta simplify that shit, but just like, that shit dragged a little bit.
My friend, I need to introduce you to this one speedrunner who showed me how to get through that part.
Oh, I know there's a speed run. Don't get it twisted.
I was just gonna say you can jump through the statue puzzle of Salazar in like less than a minute.
No, no, I'm just saying, just overall. I mean, I don't see them really touching the overall basic aesthetics of it and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which kind of reminds me of what you were saying of a Jack and Daxter kind of 3D action game.
I was super happy to see Kenna. I was like, thank you. Thank you, video game developers. You guys still know how to make fun action games. Fun cartoony style action games. Like, we're not stuck on just hardcore serious games anymore. You can give us fun games again.
Yeah, I mean, I expect that out of Sony. Goodbye Volcano High. I don't know what the fuck that game is. It's like, all right, that looks.
I agree.
Tricky. I don't know what it is, but sure, whatever. Jet Far Shore looks like a pretty good visual game. Don't know what the fuck it is. We'll see. Solar Ash.
Solar Ash looked interesting.
Yeah. So, like I said, I just need to see more of it. Same with Little Devil Inside. I really want to see more of that. Same with Bugsnax, because a lot of that was just like,
dude, Bugsnax, that one was really tripped out.
I mean, a lot of it is just like, a lot of these games are kind of like, hey, I want to see the gameplay and see if it's going to make me be interested in actually playing the game. That's really all it really comes down to. But I mean, at this point, like I said, Sony has a good solid line of video games they got lined up. They do. This is their games straight up and stuff. And
they also ended it with the coup de grace of Horizon 2.
Yes, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Journey to the West, which that is actually going to be interesting, because right now I need to finish beating the original game, because I'm actually on the DLC where you go up north to the snow area, and yeah, I am curious to see what they're going to do storyline wise, because Horizon Zero Dawn had a very solid gameplay.
I'm waiting. I know I got a PS4 and all that, but I do want to play this game in the way that it should be played properly. And since it's been announced that the game is being released on Steam, I'm gonna pick it up and play it there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like I said. You look at the presentation, man. Sony really threw their dick on the table and all this. Like, no, we got games. Don't worry.
So yeah, we have actual games. And believe you me, we have a lot more games that we're going to release when the time comes for us to unveil them.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's more in the chamber, and that's not even counting in the PS4 games that's probably still going to be coming out that we don't know about. You
Yeah,
know,
there's still
and
some. I know they still got some PS4 games, like because I know they're going to continue to support PS4 for at least for the next couple of years.
yeah, I mean, it's just weird to me, like how, and that's why I say when it comes to these console wars, it's really number one, like I said, it's just your preference, and just really at the end of the day, it's just Sony's just coming in like, no, we the single player experience has not gone, it's not gone, and I think as much as I understand there are companies that want to do, you know, multiplayer and stuff, it's just you can't get away from what's going to work for your system. You gotta get the single player experience in there. So
And plus, you're Sony. You guys have like built your reputation off of single player games for a long time.
yeah, got to. So to me, at the end of the day, it seems like everybody's on board. Like, man, I go ahead and get Sony's console. And I'm like, yeah, of course. So
I mean, just from how they showed off the new console, I don't have a problem with it. I have no problem with the way it looks. I'm down for it. I definitely want to pick it up. I'm hoping size-wise that it's not as monstrously huge as compared to the PS4 Pro. They just decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna jump ahead and not do the whole console refresh. But let's be real, they're gonna do it. Both Sony and Microsoft are gonna do another console refresh 5 years after the release of these consoles.
I just need them to make a better infrastructure for giving folks the ability to stream.
Which I'm hoping the next Sony event will unveil that. They're gonna show what the menu and the UI looks like in general
Because I
when it comes
mean,
to
they
when it comes
oh, go
like
ahead,
when
go
it
ahead.
comes to how you implement. I mean, not implement. Sorry, how you maneuver around the menu options of the system. Like, what does the menu look like this time? Like, please tell me it was something completely original from the ground up, that you didn't pick something from a previous generation and kept running with it. Because how long are they going to continue this trend of running with the PSP UI? They have stuck with that since the PSP.
I mean, I gotta be honest and stuff. I think the annoying aspect of, and then maybe, and it's on the companies too on this, the annoying aspect of streaming from off your PlayStation 4 is that one, you don't get that freedom in terms of communicating with your viewers and having control of your stream being archived compared to, say, if you're using Streamlabs. And plus, the overall look of when you stream off your PS4 is just plain old fucking ugly. It really is. It's just garbage. Because
Plus the mess. I mean,
it
and
just
plus
makes you not want to watch it. It's just like, wow, I don't
plus
want
the
to watch the
chat.
stream.
Not only that, dude, the chat. Whatever message you type in the chat comes in super late.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the aesthetics of it. I mean, granted, again, it's cool you have that ability, but at the same time, it's just garbage. And then Sony blocking scenes and stuff when you're streaming. I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, why are we blocking streams? Why?
And it really doesn't make. And it really doesn't make much. It really doesn't make much of a difference to block the stream when you can still hear it.
Yeah, I mean, it just like I remember was trying to stream Yakuza, Kiwami, and it blocked scenes. I'm like, get the fuck out of here! I can't stream. Man, this is stupid. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done. Like
See,
I was done with
see,
it.
and
That made me fed up. I was like, I'm done with this shit.
this is why. Yeah, this is why I prefer Microsoft when it comes to finding games that you want to stream and all that. Because unlike Sony, Microsoft doesn't put up with none of that crap. It doesn't do any of that stuff. It doesn't block scenes for you. It doesn't do anything. Both Microsoft and Nintendo are the only ones that will allow you to just plug in your stuff via HDMI and you're good to go. Sony is the only one that's got to be that difficult where you got to go in, turn off the HD, the HDMI copyright protection crap. You got to do all that stuff on PlayStation. Nintendo and Microsoft, no problems.
Even though
No
some
issues.
companies are still doing that bullshit like fucking Sega and Persona, like you can't stream fucking stuff from the game. I'm like, go fuck yourself, man. Like seriously, like kiss my
You
ass.
can't
Like
stream. You can't stream after a certain date in
what
the
kind of
game.
dumb bullshit is that? Like you really are just that fucking pressed for no spoilers. People are still gonna buy your goddamn flimsy ass damn game any goddamn way. Not like the Persona games, but still, it's so stupid.
It's like, hey, like Sony, if that's the case, then I'm gonna need you to. I gotta introduce you to oh, sorry, I'm Sega and Atlas. If that's really the case, I need to introduce you to a little website called GameFAQs.com where somebody put up the entire fact of how to play the game and beat it from beginning to end.
It's just I just hope that they change how they do it because the PlayStation 5 well I don't know if it comes with it, but it's getting a camera obviously, headphones and such. I don't know whether you have the option of getting all that with the system or not. I'm pretty sure you probably can buy it
I
separately.
think those are all. I think those are all like sold separately accessories. Maybe not so much the camera. I got a feeling the camera is going to be part of the package deal, and possibly I would say possibly the headphones. But if they throw in those particular headphones, I have a real sneaky suspicion we're going to be looking at a possible $700 price tag.
Yeah. So
So it would be smart for them to make. I mean, for them to sell that stuff separately because. Um, because just like with their controller right now, the controller already has built-in microphone, built-in speakers, a headphone jack, which all you have to do is plug in the headphone jack and you can talk into it naturally.
yeah.
Like you don't even have to get like an audio interface or nothing like that. You can just plug it straight into the controller and you're good.
Oh man, we didn't mention this. I mentioned it briefly with Chris. I'm sorry, like the fact that they have Chris Redfield looking like he comes straight out of a goddamn GQ magazine. That shit's fucking hilarious to me. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, when I saw that picture of him, and I put it in the group chat with y'all. I said, "Yo, when you got to fight bioterrorism, but GQ wants you to hold
I mean,
this photo shoot real quick."
I mean, because you see him in the trailer, it's like, oh shit, they went back to RE6. Look, Chris, all right, cool. You know, he got the 5 o'clock shadow. He looking like he came straight out the ending to Resident Evil 6. All right, cool. And then when they really show like the high res shots of it, I was like, he looked like he came straight out of a goddamn GQ fucking photo
Dude,
shoot.
he really looked like he came from a photo shoot for GQ, like
Oh my
winter
god.
edition GQ.
I mean, it's just the shit's fucking hilarious to me. I'm just sitting there like, okay, okay, Capcom, I get it. You're going all out, but like, dog, come on, you know.
What I found even more funny was when I saw him, I was like, "Yo, Chris ain't even wearing tactical gear or nothing." Chris rolled into Ethan's house with the grown man. He
Yeah.
came.
So, Guilty Gear did a character reveal. This isn't part of the Sony thing, but this is just something that happened today with wow, I'm about to fuck up the name. Ron Lethal Valentine.
Is that the samurai dude?
I believe
Because I
so.
didn't see it.
I believe so.
Let me guess. He's the like the big black guy with the dreads, right?
No, the blonde hair one. Hold on, let me get the look. Hold on, let me find it. I believe he is blonde. No, no, this one is a chick.
Oh, okay, so it's a chick.
Yeah,
Okay.
dark skinned chick and stuff. She has like two big ass fucking samurai swords and shit that like kind of like hover like old girl from that fucking game that we just mentioned. God damn, I keep forgetting that game again. Um,
Oh, near Automata.
yeah, Near Automata. She has those kind of swords. It just like hovers behind her and shit. So I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, cool. So there's that. Skater XL. That's another skating video game that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. They did some gameplay for that, and I'm like, okay, cool, I guess. You know,
I'm assuming that's right up there with Tony Hawk the Tony Hawk HD remake.
I guess in terms of the visuals, it looks that way and stuff. I didn't look at the video. I just saw some of it and stuff. We gotta talk about this. Because I think we both got issues with this. Fantasy Star Online 2. Holy shit, I have been hearing about so many of the major issues this game has, and I'm asking myself, why are people playing this bullshit?
Dude, people are gonna play that game for like regardless. I mean,
Why?
the game has been out for like almost 6 years, and if you know, and of course, people outside of Japan were begging for that game to come to America for so long, and of course, after the game is like old as dirt, they finally decided to just chuck it over to America and put it in English and everything. And one of our friends, who's like a huge fan of PSO, just does not like this game. I think he put in like maybe 2 weeks worth of time and effort and just said, look, I am refunding this right now. I'm not playing it anymore. This is not the PSO that I once knew, yada, yada, yada. And I'm just sitting back like, I never got into PSO to begin with, so can't really say I agree or disagree.
Yeah, it's this is.
I put way too much time into Monster Hunter to really care.
Yeah, it's just like, is there really a point? Last of Us 2 reviews are finally starting to drop. It's looking like all them fucking leaks, them shits. Going by the reviews, it looks like a lot of people over exaggerated the shit that was going down the leaks more than what it was, which I fucking knew that's what it was. I fucking knew
I'm
it.
still
I knew it.
Well, I'm still waiting on them to reveal that online multiplayer.
You know what? Lowest of low key, I will give Last of Us, even the previous game, their multiplayer actually was pretty good. It was fun.
I mean, that's going to get a lot of people to buy the game even more if it's got online multiplayer like the previous game.
I thought it was pretty good. Funny enough, I liked Uncharted 4's, the Uncharted series multiplayer, because I liked the idea of you with other people trying to beat a stage of the game together.
Dude, I
That,
had fun with it back in Uncharted 2. When Uncharted 2 had multiplayer.
oh, I played the hell out of threes. Threes multiplayer was fun as shit to play. Like that was fucking great.
No, because
Um,
what about the missions that you can do, the co-op missions that you can do in Uncharted?
yeah, that's the ones that I really played with other people, and especially in three. I played more of threes multiplayer than two's multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's yeah. So, and it's kind of cool that that Last of Us just decided to go for kind of like a versus aspect of it instead of like, hey, we're gonna do this mission with other people. Though that would have made for an interesting twist if you could do that, like do a mission with multiple people and stuff. But maybe
Right.
that would probably break the game in terms of the enemies and stuff, probably. So, um, lastly, Rocksteady and NetherRealms, apparently their WB Studios is reportedly up for sale.
Dude, I couldn't get over that. I heard that AT&T is looking to purchase it.
No, AT&T is selling it.
Oh, sorry, AT&T is looking to sell
Because,
it.
AT&T, they own Warner Media, so they're looking to sell the WB games and stuff. So that's NetherRealm, Avalanche, and Rocksteady. And it says valued at $4 billion, and they're saying Take-Two, EA, and Activision Blizzard is interested in it. And I'm like, I don't want them at EA because EA is going to fuck it up like they always do.
Let's see. I don't want EA to touch it. I don't want Ubisoft to touch it.
Maybe
I don't
Take-Two.
want... I can't really say I want Take... I don't think I even want Take-Two to touch it either.
I don't even know if I want
Um,
Activision Blizzard to touch it, to be honest.
I
It's
don't
like,
want
fuck.
Activision Blizzard. I definitely don't want Activision and Blizzard to touch it. No, leave that
I would
alone.
say Sony should snatch it up, to be honest, if that was me.
If Sony was smart, they should do it. Much like how we also had speaking of companies that need to be purchased, I think you and I brought this up, or we had briefly talked about this in the past. Capcom should just go ahead, drop the money, and buy Konami.
Depends on how much Konami wants, because you gotta realize too, Konami will be fucking grimy about it and overcharge for this
Konami,
shit.
look, Konami would be grimy. I just want somebody to take a hold of Konami's IPs.
Yeah, I think we all are waiting for another game because it's like, again, I love Death Stranding, and it's just you're just sitting back playing that game like, damn. Would have been nice if Konami didn't fuck over Kojima and just let him fucking make that Silent Hill. Could have had a Silent Hill game. Would have been great.
We could have had a Silent Hill game. We could have had Zone of Enders 3. We could have had possibly a remake of Metal Gear 1 and 2.
I mean, it sells itself. I don't know what the fuck, so Yeah, that's definitely wild how Rocksteady's like, oh no, we actually have this, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see what happens.
So
This is gonna be microtransactions out the fucking ass. I already know it. I already fucking
yeah, it
know it.
is. That's why out of all the companies that are looking to buy it up, I don't want any of them to touch it.
Mm, Did you see that article in Event Hubs of how people were saying, um, for the rumored Street Fighter 6, how large they feel the base roster should be?
You know what? Vaguely. Go ahead and refresh me on that one.
So basically, they were having a conversation of what they feel that the base roster for most fighting games should be, and like I think Street Fighter 5 had was 16 from jump.
Yeah,
Uh,
16 at launch.
16 at launch, which that's standard for the most part. I mean, that's about how much Street Fighter 4 vanilla had, right? Or was 5 have more?
5 had more because I think 4 only had like 12 characters at first.
Tekken 7 had 37, which is fucking ridiculous. Mortal Kombat 11 had 20, which side note that DLC is pretty dope.
Oh yeah, Aftermath was nice.
Yeah. Super Smash Ultimate had 74. DBZ Fighters had 21. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus had 11, which, yeah, that shit was fucking small. Samurai Shodown had 17, and Soul Calibur 6 had 21.
Mm.
So, and everybody's looking at Smash 74, and I'm like, because it's fucking Smash Brothers. It's basically everybody and their goddamn mama. Like,
I think if they play their cards right, I think we're up to they're gonna hit like almost 90 characters.
yeah. So it seemed like a lot of folks felt that like Street Fighter 5 16 is fair. Granted, they feel if they're gonna do 6, it should be an even 20, which that's fair. To be honest, if you're gonna do Street Fighter
I would
6,
say
fuck it, do 20. Might as well.
20 would be fair.
20 would be fair. 16, fine, I guess, but 20 would be fair if we're gonna be real about it. But this is just people theorizing and stuff. But I didn't know if you saw that or not and stuff because right now, the way the FGC is with tournaments are kind of being not really happening per se, other than Evo doing Evo Online, which still waiting for more info on that, guys.
Which I'm still wondering also. Well, Evo's now going to be, what, 4 weeks? It's like 4 weekends in a row.
Yeah, basically.
Also, didn't Capcom Pro Tour get canceled?
Mm-hmm.
And Tekken, and of course the King of Iron Fist tournament, that got canceled.
Yep, that got canceled. Yeah, so basically a lot of stuff is, like you said, Evo's going 4 weeks online, which I think everybody's more so curious on what the structure of it's going to be.
You know what I find interesting because of what's happening with the virus and seeing how a lot of games got, they got put on notice for, okay, your game has a good enough net code for us to run a tournament on, like a full wide online tournament. We can run this.
Except for Smash.
Smash, of course, got the axe, and rightfully so, because you can't even hook up an Ethernet cable up to that thing unless you buy one of those adapters, and I heard that the adapter isn't that great for the Nintendo Switch.
This is why Nintendo, it would not shock me, and it's always been rumored for a while, it would not shock me if Sony and Nintendo end up finally combining forces into one console just to alleviate all that bullshit.
I mean, that'd be really interesting, but I think, I personally, I believe Nintendo would rather just shut down as a company
Before doing that, yeah.
Before doing that.
I mean, they would just dear God, man, how do you have a Switch and you don't even have the option of an Ethernet connection? Like, that's just, it's like, dog, y'all are hustling backwards. Like, what the fuck why would you do this?
Because the Ethernet connection, I think, would either be on the dock or, no, you still have to connect it via the USB adapter, which is garbage.
It really should be. You would think it would be on the dock. You would think it would be on the dock.
Yeah, you would. And I really don't believe it is. It's not on the dock.
And the Switch is so good. that's the system that I can see being here for a long time, which is probably why you probably haven't heard any rumors of a new Nintendo console because the Switch is already good as is, and it's like that one fucking thing is keeping your system from being like perfect.
I think the only thing they're probably going to do is they're going to put out another version of it, much like how they did the Switch Lite, where you can't remove the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I mean, I like.
And I heard the next one they're supposed to make is supposed to be like a bigger Switch.
I guess you see that arcade one up for the Marvel vs. Capcom games because
I saw that. I thought it was a nice idea. My problem, they should have just digitally released all those games that are released on the arcade one up. Should have been digitally released. Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Done.
I mean, if I already didn't
Could have just gave us that instead of instead of trying to package an entire arcade machine. Seriously,
in theory,
Capcom.
it looks nice. In theory, it looks nice.
It looks nice, but come on. I mean, who really has the room to put something like that in their place?
I mean, if I get a place, I probably would get it just for that.
Yeah, I would get something like that if I had a house.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I mean, I would get all the arcade one-up machines, but oh wait, hold on. I just remembered. I got a big screen TV. I have a PC.
RetroPie, baby.
RetroPie. What was it? RetroPie and Fightcade. Hello.
Yeah. I mean, it's. Yeah. Yeah. It's strange. It is strange.
That is why I said that was a missed opportunity. That they could have put all that crap on these consoles and PC and called it a day.
You know what?
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, could you imagine if everything was going good, there was no virus, there was nothing else going on? You know, right now we would be right now this month we would be packing up to go to San Diego Comic-Con, or just to be going to conventions throughout the summer. Dude, we could be playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Switch.
We could. I mean, it's a thing here. If we had to end this, I guess. Oh, Twitch, you and your DMCA claims. So, Twitch has basically hit the same roadblocks that happened for folks that had YouTube channels where everybody's getting hit with DMCA copyright claims, which is kind of fucking a lot of people's channels to where they're either getting permanently suspended or they're being told they gotta delete the videos. And a lot of people are complaining, rightfully so, but as your boy put it, Sue, just gotta make the adjustments.
Yeah, Black Okage talked about this, where people gotta learn how to adapt. You know, it's either adapt or you can continue to act like the rules and the laws don't apply to you. And when you get sidelined and forgotten, you know, you ain't gonna have nobody to blame but for you. You know, you have no one to blame but yourself for that. And you know, and that just goes to show you that you do need to, you know, take some time to tighten up on yourself as a streamer because, oh, big whoop. You have to, you know, you have to put in more effort to talk to your audience now.
I think it's
sorry.
To be honest with you, yeah, you have to make the adjustments, but I'm also looking at these companies like, why the fuck are you even throwing DMCAs for games like, you know, Just Dance, you know, the games that you actually literally allowed the companies to license your games to do?
Which, you know, and that part doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's what makes this whole thing a real, true mess.
Or, hey, I'm playing fucking GTA Vice City in the game that you allowed your music to be licensed for. Oh, I can't even stream the shit. I gotta mute the goddamn, I gotta literally turn off the fucking, I either put it on talk radio in the game, which hit and miss on whether I want to listen to that, or B, I gotta put my own original, well, no, I can't even do that fucking shit.
Oh, so you can't do that.
I gotta turn the radio off.
You either turn the radio off or put it on talk radio. And to be honest, you're playing like in their, like from their argument is this. Yeah, we allowed this video game to have our music. That doesn't mean that we allow you to play the game, stream it, make a profit from from playing it because you're popular by playing a game that has music that we specifically license for this game for private use only.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So now that's why we're entering this new realm with Twitch of everybody is trying to figure out what to do. Do we sit back, adjust the streams, and change them to where we don't do music anymore? Or do we just, throw up one giant middle finger and go running to Bitwave and Mixer?
I mean, and the thing of it is, like, there's one guy that does Gunpla videos and stuff. He literally links to a music service that does original music to prevent people from getting hit with copyright strikes. Granted, you got to pay into it, but that makes sense because if I'm paying for this original music, yeah, it makes sense. I can download it and use it for my own, which that makes
No,
perfect
wait,
sense.
does he do this on... No, wait, hold on. Does he do it on Twitch or does he do it on YouTube?
Does on YouTube.
Okay, see, that's different.
It's original music, so you don't get hit
Yeah,
with copyright, which I think that could probably work for something like Twitch too as well.
see, no, see, the difference between doing this on Twitch and doing it on YouTube is with YouTube, you're just putting out videos. Videos can be anywhere from, from 10, 15, like from 10 minutes to 25, 30, 45 minutes, depending on the content. Now, when it comes to Twitch streaming, you're talking about people who would be streaming for hours and hours on end.
But I mean, there are people like Black Hokage said. There's a lot of people that literally sit there and
Yeah,
use
and they
music.
don't say
Yeah, they
anything.
use music and don't say not a goddamn word, and it's like, yeah, you really don't have a personality at all.
And my other problem with that is if, if companies were smart, looking at you, Spotify and actually the music industry, what y'all should do is you should talk to Spotify. Spotify should talk to Twitch. All three, you need to go in a room, do a first to five in Super Turbo, and then have a discussion about about music. Set it up to where people can stream music if they're streaming it through Spotify. Let it play through, if they're playing the music via Spotify, that should be okay.
I
Because
mean, it's no
people
different
already,
than
because people already pay to use the subscription to get, to get access to this music. So why not allow them to connect it with Twitch and let them use it for whenever people want to play music in the background?
yeah. I mean, but I think they probably would have to like figure out how they're going to best do the whole thing with if the artist can actually get those things counted as actual play. Because when you're on Spotify, it has to be a situation to where the artist can at least know that that shit will get counted as an actual, like, oh, they actually did play it, instead of just, oh, they get no, like, the company doesn't get any hits off of it kind of thing. It sounds petty the way I'm saying it, but that's how companies are going to be like, do we get anything off this? That kind of shit.
I mean, dude, companies are going to be petty regardless because, number one, everybody pays a subscription through Spotify to begin with. So that
Yeah,
money has to go somewhere.
yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said, God, man, it used to be so simple, but it is
Yeah,
what it
it
is.
did. It really used to be. It used to be super simple. I mean, dude, you remember back in the day when we could watch whole episodes of Naruto and anime in general on YouTube before everything happened?
See, it made sense when companies went after that kind of shit and stuff, because hey, it is illegal to do
And
that
that was
shit.
only because, dude, and that was only because Hollywood and the movie and TV industry caught on to what YouTube was doing when YouTube started gaining its popularity.
I mean, hell, you
Twitch
can
being in this
watch. Oh, good.
and Twitch being in its infancy at the time, nobody was paying attention to them. Now that Twitch has been gaining traction after being picked up by Amazon, look at where they are. Everyone knows what Twitch is, and that put movie and music industry to look at Twitch like, hold up, y'all like, look, we never said this was okay for you, for you guys to do this with our IPs or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just like I said. to me, it's like all these companies that are doing all this and stuff. I'm like, you guys, like you said, you guys never care for this shit. So why the fuck are you all of a sudden you're like, oh, we want these pennies on the dollar for this shit? The fuck out of here, man. Like,
Yeah, you never care for, you never care for when you were unaware, but now that this site is gaining, is gaining traction and gaining popularity, all of a sudden you want a piece of it, which is why this is very, it's a very problematic thing for me, because I always felt like it really doesn't matter where we try to run to, because even if we just decided to say, screw you guys, we're abandoning ship, we're leaving Twitch, go check us out on Mixer or go check us out on this place. When those places start gaining popularity, the same thing is going to happen. It's history repeating itself.
Yeah. Yeah, so
there really is nowhere for us to run to.
But anyways, yeah, that's it for pressing buttons. Hopefully next time we'll probably be talking about Evo shit, because, July is coming up. So we'll see about that. In the meantime, got anything else?
Well, I would like to say for the upcoming Evo tournament, I hope everybody, please, if you're participating in the tournament, make sure that make sure that you paid your internet bill. Make sure that you turned off all of the torrents. If you are participating in the tournaments, just turn off all background downloads. Just turn off the torrents. All right. That's just my only request. I don't want to see no lag, because Lord knows we're gonna see a lot of it.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some stipulations on how your connection needs to be. So, yeah.
But other than that, I got nothing else.
All right. Well, we'll catch you later, folks, and thanks for tuning in. And